Jerry Tarkanian was a wildly successful basketball coach. He was a charming, quirky, idiosyncratic personality beloved by the community. He was also a lightning rod for controversy, who was repeatedly accused of damaging the reputation of the university. But there's a statue of Jerry Tarkanian that was unveiled 2 years ago, just a few hundred yards away from where we're standing right now. And I'm doing a rhetorical analysis of that statue from the standpoint of public memory. Now, public memory is pretty much what it sounds like. It's related to the fields of historiography, sociology, and it's an attempt to kind of understand at the collective level how important individuals or ideas or events are remembered. That's admittedly kind of a nebulous concept, but it's useful to study it by looking at places of memory. Things like memorials, monuments, statues, things of that nature. So we have something concrete, sometimes literally, in order to understand the consequentiality of public memory in a particular situation. Now, Jerry Tarkanian actually passed away last year, actually earlier this year, and he was eulogized in dozens of newspapers, both locally and at the national level. And every single eulogy that I encountered, without exception, identified or made reference to three defining characteristics of Tarkanian's legacy. The first of which was that he was a very successful basketball coach. Now, we see this in the memorial. You've got the national championship trophy there. There are references to his enshrinement in the Hall of Fame, his winning record, very clearly represented here. Also, he was a superstitious, idiosyncratic, misfit type persona. And we can see that very clearly in the pose of the statue. He's not arms aloft in victory. He's not this domineering, stoic authoritarian. He's sitting in a chair with a towel stuffed in his mouth. But for those familiar with Jerry Tarkanian, that makes perfect sense. It's appropriate. However, the third defining characteristic of his legacy is that he had this notable proclivity for controversy. He was accused of cheating multiple times. He was suspended. He fired back saying that the NCAA was corrupt. It wound up in a lengthy court battle that dragged on for decades, and he was eventually invited to pursue other employment opportunities right when he was at the height of his coaching success. So it's interesting that there's nary a whisper of this controversial aspect of his legacy in the Jerry Tarkanian Legacy Project. And the important takeaway from this analysis is not any type of value judgment about Jerry Tarkanian or his life or his accomplishments, but it's this sense of mnemonic dissonance between the way his legacy is captured on a grand scale and the way it's represented in this particular project, and what values or objectives or priorities might be the impetus for that dissonance. Because the way the Legacy Project here on campus is presented, it almost has this sense that it's missing something, that it's unfinished. It presents Jerry Tarkanian, the successful coach, Jerry Tarkanian, the idiosyncratic misfit. Thank you.